Hi, today I'm gonna make chicken birria style tacos. I say birria style because I think birria is pretty much exclusively made with beef, and also I'm doing a bunch of things wrong and doing a bunch of extra stuff that you wouldn't normally see in birria tacos. I mostly just took inspiration from this TikTok. Those tacos look delicious. I tried to basically copy everything that went on in that, so I just feel that now, in the beginning of the video, is probably the best time for me to reiterate that I don't actually know what I'm doing and I'm basically making all of this up as I go. I'm starting out with some boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I have this pot of beef broth that I have prepared in advance for myself. Ideally, I would be using chicken broth, but I do not have any of that in my possession currently, so you know what, we work with what we got. This is lazy Gen Z cooking hours. I'm not about to apologize for anything. So I'm gonna season my chicken first. We got some salt, cracked black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, cumin, and cayenne. And rub all of that in. Maisie, oh, that is just the worst noise. And once the spices are all rubbed into the meat, I'm gonna drop it into the broth. Now, if you were a little more motivated than me, this would be a really good time to drop in your peppers, your garlic cloves, maybe some chopped onion, whatever other things you want to put in your little stew to add some flavor to it. I don't have any of that, so I'm just gonna bring this over to the stove and let it boil for about 30 minutes until all of this is cooked through. Now, I'm gonna chop some vegetables for sort of a salsa to go on the tacos. I have red onion that I already chopped up a few days ago. To that, I'm gonna add a jalapeno and some tomato. I understand that cherry tomatoes are not your traditional salsa tomatoes. I'm just working with what I got in this kitchen. My cutting board is dirty. I don't feel like cleaning it to cut this stuff up on, so we use the plate. Y'all can be mad about it if you feel like you have to, that's okay. Now, the cool thing about jalapenos is they can be as spicy or as not spicy as you want. It all just depends on how much of the seeds and the pith you leave in, so adjust that to your liking, and we're gonna slice these boys up real nice. Now I'm gonna cut up some of these tomatoes. Now, if I wanted to go for more of a true salsa or pico de gallo kind of deal with this, I would add some lime and cilantro to it, but I'm about to add a crap ton of both of those things to this next thing I'm about to make, which is the crema. I know I'm saying 50 words a minute wrong. You can bully me for it if you feel like you gotta. There's more than one way to make a crema. The way I'm gonna do it is with mayo and a little bit of coconut milk as a base. I'm only using a little bit of coconut milk to thin it out. It's not gonna come through in the flavor, especially not when I add all this other stuff into it. So we're gonna add some lime juice. It is so dark out here. I know I'm gonna watch back this footage and I'm just gonna hate myself for the lighting situation I allowed to happen. I didn't even get started on this late. The sun just goes down at 5 p.m. every day now, and I don't want to live in this hemisphere anymore. And then we're gonna add a nice thick wad of cilantro. I'm just gonna tear it up a little bit when I add it in there, but really the blender's gonna do most of the work here. If you're one of those people who got the cilantro tastes like soap gene, I'm sorry you have no taste. Maybe gene coding will be like a thing someday and we can get that fixed for you. I'm gonna add some garlic powder, maybe a little bit of salt, and then we just blend this mess up. The crema's looking a little bit thin in there. I'm just gonna add some mayonnaise to adjust. And there she is, cilantro-lime crema. This isn't usually anything you'd see on a birria taco. I just really like some fresher elements to add to the taco. Because birria tacos are so rich and fatty otherwise, I just need something to kind of cut through that. Okay, so now that we got all the individual components sorted out, all that's left to do is cook these things up and assemble them. Cooking the tacos is really simple. These things are all over the internet. I'm sure you've seen this before. Basically what we're gonna do is fry the tortillas in the broth from our chicken. So I'm gonna put a pan on the stove on medium heat, get it nice and hot, and then I'm gonna skim some of that broth right off the top where all the fat is. I'm gonna drizzle a little bit into the pan and then drop my tortillas in it and make sure to get both sides coated. Top that with cheese real quick and let it start getting crispy. You'll go ahead and add your shredded meat too. When the cheese starts getting melted, fold that taco over, fry it on both sides until it's crispy, and then remove it from the heat and do the same thing with the rest of them. Something you're gonna notice with my broth is that it doesn't have quite the fat content that a typical birria broth does. I think a lot of this is just because chicken generally doesn't have as much fat as beef does in it. I don't really care. It still comes out tasting good anyway. When all of your tacos are fried up, you can load them with the salsa and the crema. Pour some of that broth into a cup, add some of the salsa, add some more cilantro if you're feeling it, and then dip your tacos in that beautiful broth and eat it. This is so good. Like, I'm not even doing it right. I don't even do like any part of the recipe right, and it still comes out so good. They're not hard to make. They're truly the superior taco. So if you've got some extra time on your hands, took yourself dinner one night, I would highly recommend these. I would very highly recommend these to you. I'm realizing now that I forgot to make the little broth cup. I don't even care. This is so good on its own. Oh my gosh. I think I could eat these tacos every day and I just wouldn't get tired of them. The tortilla is so crispy and it's got that flavor from the broth in it. The cilantro-lime crema adds so much to this. I don't ever want to eat tacos without that stuff again. God bless the people down in Mexico. They really know what they're doing with these culinary arts. So yeah, I'm gonna go eat like 5 more of those. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this little culinary adventure we had together. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you find the time to try this out for yourself sometime because it is so good. You will think about it every day of your life after you have them. I made these for me and my husband a few days ago. We have talked about them every day since. They're so good. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all having a great day, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye.